Good morning and welcome to Tell Your Story. I'm Rick Hope, pastor at First Baptist Church Lillian, and we are constantly looking for people to tell their story, to tell about how they came to know Jesus, what He's been doing in their life, what their life was like even before. Not necessarily that order, but you get the picture. The idea is that it's not always a blinding light experience. Sometimes it is. But when God comes into your life, He changes your life. And He changes your life always for the better. Today I wanted to introduce to you a really good friend, and became a really good friend in a very short time. In fact, I refer to you as a fast friend because it just happened almost quickly. And this is Jennifer Gresham. She's actually a workout partner with me when I go to Camp Gladiator, when we go to the same workouts, which has been quite a while. But anyway, this is Jennifer. Jennifer, I always ask 3 questions, and then you may say something that gets me to go even further, okay?
I'm ready.
But it is, first of all, what was your life like before you met Jesus?
I am a recovered drug addict and alcoholic. So it was pretty rough times. I'm a recovered meth addict. And it brought me to my knees. Within a short time, my life was in ruins around me. I lost the kids, a house, a husband, the cars, the dog, bankruptcy, broken, beaten down, dead inside. That's my adult life.
How long did you know it from teenager on, or?
Early 20s, I started out with other drugs. And then in 2002, I got reintroduced to meth. And for some reason, it got me by my throat. And within 3 years, my life was completely ruined.
Drugs is this incredibly interesting phenomenon because I've seen people that will forsake everything, every relationship, everything, in favor of that. And when the camera's off, I'll tell you a little bit more story about that. But that's just incredible. And so you got to the point of losing everything, family, everything, your kids, everything. So what happened then?
I checked in to treatment. Actually, it happened a little before then. Before I lost the rest of everything. I still had my kids and my husband at that time. We went camping over at Eagle Mountain Lake. I thought, you know what, I just need to get away. I need to get away from these people. I need to get away from Arlington. I need to get my wits about me. And there was a guy camping next to us. Turned out he was living at Eagle Mountain Lake. And out of the blue, he just says, I'm a crack addict, I'm homeless. Starts talking to me about God, talking to me about Jesus, and my mind was blown.
Yeah,
because I'm thinking, what is going on here? This is crazy to me. So I listened to him talk, and I thought, that's nonsense. I was trying to be polite. And he told me about a faith-based 12-step program in Haltom City. Maybe a month later, I went to check it out. And that day, they gave me a recovery Bible. I took that Bible home, and just for grins, I started reading that Bible. Every now and then, I didn't really understand. I did not believe what was in there, and I continued to use. So you fast forward 2 years to 2005, I checked in the Grapevine Valley Hope, brought that Bible with me. Something told me that I thought God could help me, but I thought God meant church. And I was not ready for church. Did not want anything to do with organized religion. It was introduced to me at Grapevine Valley Hope that God would meet me wherever I was. Wherever I was physically, wherever I was spiritually, and they told me that I could choose my own conception of God, which gave me a little bit of a doorway to do some exploring and really come to determine who God was to me. I decided that the God that was going to save my life was the God of the Bible. I did not know how to get to him. They don't teach you that in treatment. I did start going to church when I was in treatment. They would take us to church. And I happened to get a sponsor who was a Christian in Alcoholics Anonymous. Continued to go to another church early on in the program. I had a brief relapse. And in 2006, I was sitting in my bathroom floor on my knees, begging God, either change me now or let me die. I cannot live this way anymore. And I'm telling you that the obsession to use was immediately removed from me. Immediately removed from me. I don't understand it to this day. Reality set in for me that God is who he says he is. He can do what I cannot do. And he gave me freedom that day. And I'll never forget that in my life. That was a game-changing experience for me there.
It was just instant.
Immediate. Immediate. I never picked that stuff up ever again. Ever again. I did go to a 12-step program. I didn't do any work, though.
Okay.
I just went to a bunch of meetings.
Right.
Which I had done before,
Right.
but I never stayed sober before.
Right. You went through the motions.
That's right. Until I surrendered me to God, nothing changed for me.
That's awesome.
So that's what happened.
Yeah. You know, it's because the 12-step situation, there are those who work it and it does something for them, and then there are those who just kind of like you did, go through the motions, and they do it several times. It kind of reminds me of people in church. Well, I'm going to go to church so I can get my life right. But then they don't really surrender to the Lord. They don't really get into the Word. They don't really follow the precepts of the Word of God. And so then they say, I went to church, it didn't do anything for me. You know, it took, whether it's the person going to church or the person going into recovery, it takes total surrender to Christ to make a difference. That's powerful. And I like what you said too. It's not about church. You know, it is, I think that it's, and you already know this, I think it's vital in order to continue to grow as a Christian, to be connected to a body. But it's not, God doesn't require us to go to church. God requires us to have a relationship with him.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about. And you figured that out and you pursued it. Now, what's life been like since?
Well, life is not always roses. Just to be real. The difference today is that I have a personal relationship with my Creator. Grace abounds today. I walk in freedom today, not only from alcohol and drugs, but from my past. Those things that I had control over, those things that I did not. There's a lot that's changed today. I've obviously got my kids back. I added a child. I stumbled upon somebody who loves me in my brokenness, who is also a believer. God brought a believer alongside of me, and I had not experienced that before. I belong to a great church, Lake Arlington Baptist Church. I serve in the preschool area in that church. That is where my heart is. I still do a 12-step program. I give away what was freely given to me. And what was given to me is absolute freedom from alcohol and drugs, freedom from so many other things. But God's placed me in a unique position to be helpful to women just like me. So I take meetings into Pine Street. I've taken meetings all over the place in North Texas to carry a message of freedom and because I'm put in a position to do that, outside of those rooms, I am allowed to be a picture of who Jesus is and what God has done in my life. I am allowed to share that personal relationship, and there are many women that I have, it's really funny, that have many questions about the God of the Bible. And so we get to talk about that freely and openly, and I get to encourage them in the Word and give them scripture and precise instructions for how God says to live. And the results of obedience to Him. So that's the kind of life that I experience today. Now it obviously has its ups and downs, its bumps and bruises. That never stops.
Right.
Whether you have that personal relationship or not, the saving grace comes in is that those moments are not breaking.
Mm-hmm.
They do not break you. They do not define you.
Right.
You can get up and walk through them with a reliance upon God that before I didn't have. I was running the show, calling the shots, the know-all,
Right.
the end-all,
Yeah.
and it wasn't going so well.
Right.
It was not going well.
But to surrender, which meant give up total control.
Of everything.
Wow.
Every area of my life. It means the children are not my children. The spouse is not my spouse. The people in the world are not mine to manipulate. We are all children of a loving Creator, and God has them the way that He had me. And when I look back and see how He really did have me, it's okay for me to trust Him with my children because I know that He loves them more than what I ever could. And the same thing with my spouse, the same thing with my family. It makes that easier. It makes life easier. I'd rather have a hard time with God than an easy time without Him today.
That's a powerful statement. That's a very powerful statement. Do you look at your life every now and then and go, wow, I can't believe I'm here?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, just here I am in a preschool at my church. Here I am helping a needy family at Christmas. Here I am, and you go, wow, 6 years ago I would have never imagined to be.
Absolutely.
And that's all the grace of God.
Solely the grace of God.
You're an incredible person, and I already think that. And thank you for sharing. You said some incredible. I can't wait till this goes out. This is some incredible stuff. The biggest thing is you have a story too. You just need to remember to tell it.